Section 4, Services. This section provides instructions on the minimum requirements for this section, such as proposing 3 services, where at least 2 of the services are identified under Student Services in Tobacco Use Prevention and Youth Engagement, and 1 service based on your local needs. Please refer to the TPYE Cohort 2026-29 Program Guidance document for additional information. To get started, select from the drop-down menu, select a program area from the drop-down menu and click Add New Service, and a form will be created. For the student service form, you'll need to provide details of the proposed service you'll be providing, details such as the service type, name, and description. Hovering your mouse over each service type will provide you a definition for each one. You can only select one type per service form. You'll also need to enter a service name and a brief description. Then you'll need to describe the curriculum material and other resources you will use for this service. For all services, applicants must identify if the service will intentionally engage HD populations. If so, you must describe culturally responsive strategies to be used to engage HD populations in the service. Then, you'll need to identify when the service will be provided. You can check the year or years the service will be implemented. Next, you must estimate the percentage of enrolled students in each grade who will receive this service. And last, you'll need to provide how the service will be evaluated by identifying one measurable outcome for the service. The info icon describes what measurable outcomes are. You can click on Save Entry to save the information entered and close the entry form. And then proceed to create another service entry for any of the program areas that are listed on here. Note, if you begin a service entry but are not able to complete the details for the entire service form at the time, you'll need to have at least the service type and service name filled out. You can also save your progress and return to complete the service details later. The system will show the validated column that some required fields are still missing. Once all the required fields are fulfilled, the system will show a check mark. You can always click on Edit to return to editing a service's details or click Delete to remove a service. If you click Delete, the system will ask you to confirm if you do want to delete a service that has already been saved. The service forms for family community engagement and staff professional development are very similar to that of the student service form. The only difference in family community engagement and staff professional development are the service types. Under these forms, you'll still need to provide details such as the service name and a brief description, the curriculum that will be used under family and community engagement, but not under staff professional development. However, if the service will intentionally engage HD students or populations, when the service will be provided, and how the service will be evaluated by providing one measurable outcome. Once all services have been entered, you'll need to make sure that the services are validated. If one of the services is not validated, please make sure to go in and edit and fill out any of the information that is missing. In order to mark Section 4 services as complete, all of the services must be marked as validated. For any service that has been created under student services, family and community engagement, or staff professional development, you'll have to fill out the profile for each one. For student services profile, you'll need to enter the estimated minimum percentage of students that will be reached for the services in each grade. And for staff professional development, you'll need to enter the number of staff who will receive a TUPE-related staff professional development service. If you do create services under family and community engagement, you'll also need to enter the amount of people who will be reached under those services. Clicking on the Validate button will help you check your work against the CDE TUPE Office requirements. It will run a check and either list the items that are still missing for this section to be considered complete, or it will confirm all items required for this section have been met. You can run this check at any time and can be run by anyone who is participating in helping fill out this grant application. Once all required items are complete and validation has passed, the section can be locked to prevent further edits. Locking this section can only be made by the lead applicant. Locking this section will update the status of the section to complete in the grant application overview, and if necessary, the lead applicant can lock and unlock the section at any time before signatures are requested. Be sure to save any information that is entered in this section to save all the work that has been done. Once you are ready, you can click on Save and Continue to continue on to the next section, or click back to Overview to go to the Applications Overview.